What's up, Blade Breakers? We got a Hasbro unboxing today. I am currently halfway through the Tyranno Beat booster unboxing. And I just kind of wanted to throw this in here because it's Hasbro and I just got it and it's exclusive as well. So it is a kind of like a retooling, if you will, or like a remake of Leon Claw from Takara Tomy, which is really cool because that's obviously, you guys know, I love the Lion Bays. I always have. There it is. Really easy to open. You don't need like a knife or anything for these guys from Hasbro, which I think is really nice. I always talk about that just because I think the small touches is really what makes Beyblade so cool. And the fact that it's a samurai is really awesome. I cannot wait to kind of deep dive into it. And also, it matches the background, all right? We've got a white bit here, a red and blue ratchet, and then this is red, blue, a little bit of gold, and some white, and honestly looks really, really clean. I cannot wait for Hasbro to release Leon Claw. He's probably my favorite release up until maybe Wizard Rod. I do like Wizard Rod because obviously it is a stamina type that has actually really good performance. So very excited for this one. We're gonna go ahead. I mean, how many videos is it, you guys, in a row that you have seen taper? It does have the good burst resistance. So if you look at Dronzer real quick, it's the same. Nothing to write home about. Taper is a really good balance Beyblade bit, right? If you're gonna run a balance combination, I think Taper's pretty good for that. Most of the Chain and Incendio and all those different Beyblades, they all have Taper, which I think is really cool. And I think, I don't really remember if Leon Claw has Taper or not, but get ready for some disappointment. It has a 4. It's a 4 ratchet. So not the most exciting. 480 is not a part that I would normally say is very good. If you're looking at the bit here, you can see it obviously is a balance bit. And the ratchet, they don't usually give a typing to. Usually they just combine it with the typing up here, and that's part of the typing of the actual blade and all the combination of the parts there. But you can see that the stats are balanced. I mean, it's got good attack, good defense. It's probably got, good attack, good defense, good stamina, and the height is obviously 80, which is not the craziest in terms of like good combos. Obviously, the taller heights are a little bit better sometimes, but it is also 4, which would not be very good. That's kind of a ratchet you want to save for your attack combos that have like a 60, like a 460 is decent on attack combos because it just is never going to get hit. And so you don't have to worry about the burst resistance. But honestly, if you have the money, I would say definitely pick this up. And then for the 480, just kind of switch it out for a different part maybe. Maybe you get like one of these and 2 Phoenix sets so you and a friend can battle, and then you take your Phoenix and you take all these parts off and put it on Steel Samurai. You could always do that. So I think the mix and match capabilities for Beyblade X are really, really good. And it's something I really like about Beyblade X. You could kind of do it with the Metal Saga and the original Saga, but it's so complicated that it gets a little bit difficult. I know the naming is the most complicated stuff. So Steel Samurai, right? So Storm Pegasus, they have the Metal Saga naming kind of contrivance there. So that is another way to remember it. Now, the way I like to remember it, right? The ratchet is right here, right? And this is what kind of connects the Beyblade together and it holds it together. And then the bit goes through the ratchet, right? and connects to the bit chip, which has the bit beast. And then this is the blade. So if you guys are original generation fans, you'll know that blade is just kind of a slang term for Beyblade. And bit is usually what they would call the bit chip, right? It would be a separate piece. This could kind of remove. And whether or not you had a bit beast would mean that you actually have a bit right there. So that's kind of a way to memorize it. It's only 3 parts. So once you get used to the name change, I think it's a lot easier to mix and match and make combos, because you know, all right, this is a general balance type blade, and the bit is what determines the typing, right? So you go, okay, I got a balance type blade, but I would rather have an attack combination. So you use an attack bit. This isn't an attack bit, but let's pretend. And you put an attack bit on there, and regardless of your ratchet and blade, it is now an attack type. So that's a really easy way to kind of remember it. The ratchet, you basically don't want lots of exposed pieces. And if you do, you're gonna want like a 1 or a 2. That way you can get the most out of the exposed piece of the ratchet. Because right now, you have lots of spaces that enemy blades can hit, and that's not good. But if you have one big piece, it's gonna lend itself more to attack power. And so that's kind of how I like to remember it. We are going to test, launch, and battle this guy. That's going to be super fun. But here's the blade and the bit chip there. I really, really love the look of this. He's got a nice color palette going here. I actually like the blue. I didn't think I would. I thought the blue would look kind of odd, but in person, it actually looks really, really clean. So definitely think about that. Maybe if you're going to decide on which one you want to buy, wait till it comes out. For me, we don't have any at my store, so I have just been ordering them online. And you guys know I'm just going to unbox all of them for you. So there's no reason for me to kind of be picky about which ones I want. But here is the QR code. There's that for you guys. Scan it into your app and try him out. I think he's going to be really good. Leon Claw's not necessarily a huge part of the meta, but I think he's going to do a lot better in the Hasbro Stadium. So this is almost like a test to see if Leon Claw can do better in the Hasbro Stadium, because that's kind of like a remake of Leon Claw. In Metal Saga, they would kind of basically do, maybe it would be all of the Pegasus parts, but they would change the wheel to like flame, and so it'd be Flame Pegasus. And that was where you would get your, not necessarily exclusives, because there wasn't exclusives, but that's where you would get other combinations of bays, and you could maybe get, maybe you want the Pegasus performance tip rubber flat, or whatever it was, right? Just rubber or something like that. But you also want the flame wheel, which you could also get. So that's kind of up to you guys on which ones you want to get. I definitely am excited for Leon Claw to make an appearance in Hasbro, and I cannot stop looking at this bit chip. It is crazy cool. We're gonna weigh it, and you guys already know, if you're familiar with the channel, we basically are going to weigh the combination, kind of check out the weight. 31. That's a little lighter than I usually prefer, but we're gonna go ahead and give you the clicks. Kind of weak clicks. It didn't click in that last one, so usually it clicks louder. There we go. That's a little bit better. So you can either do this one. This is kind of the one I like. I kind of like the almost like way that the launcher hooks frame the samurai, or you can do it like this, which is still cool, but I think on the top piece, right, the headgear that the samurai has, it kind of gets blocked just a little bit. So that's my own personal preference, and it obviously will change during battle. So the lightest Beyblade in Beyblade X, 36. So this is only 5 grams heavier than just the blade of Samurai. I'll let that sink in for you guys. Isn't that insane? Okay, so Phoenix 46.49 and then 40.5. So about 6 grams, kind of average, honestly. That's what you're gonna see for a lot of the just basic average blades. And I don't think that's really that bad. I think if you are really wanting to use Steel Samurai, you should probably take off the ratchet, switch the ratchet up, maybe even give it an attack type bit as well, and kind of see where you can go from there. I think that'd be a little bit better. So we are going to test launch here. You guys already know the drill. We try to make sure we test launch all the bays when we can. And I usually do 2 launches, but we're just gonna do 1 since you guys have seen taper so many times. So there you go. I mean, a very basic taper spin. We're gonna try them out on your standard wizard, right? So stamina combo. We've got the defense combo of Helm Knight. And then I usually like to do like Phoenix. We'll do Rhino. We just unboxed Rhino a little while ago, and I don't really use him in most of my unboxings since I just recently unboxed him. So we'll see if Samurai can kind of make the cut here for which ones you test battle with. So this is Wizard Arrow. Ooh, very weak launch. So we'll just go again there. Huge hits right away. And you can see that 4 ratchet with a balanced bit is not doing him any favors. Now, I have heard that if you launch in a tilt launch, it usually does better. So we're gonna go ahead, do a defense combo here, and then tilt launch. Really good smash attacks here. There you go. So he's still losing. Nothing to write home about. I'm hoping that if you switch out for a different bit, oh, and then Rhino just burst while he's in my hand, so that's not a good sign. Let me reconfigure him, and because you can't actually put the bay back together while it's on the launcher. So here we go. We're gonna put him back together, launch him for you, and then Samurai coming in. Ooh, really nice hit. There, he might win. Oh, just barely. The huge recoil from Rhino is crazy. I will try Phoenix for you guys. I know a lot of you like Phoenix. We'll see if we self-KO. Okay, no self-KO. So there you go. I think, personally, if you can do decent when you launch Phoenix first, and then you launch whatever bay, I think that's a good sign. We'll go ahead and get the last little thoughts for you guys, because overall, I do personally like Leon Claw a little bit better, especially for the colors. But this is not bad. This is really clean. I do also like the look of Steel Samurai. I think he looks really cool. So overall, not a bad pick. He did decent against stock combos in his stock combo. So I think if you want to play around with the parts and make him a little better, I think you'll see a lot of good strategies to use him in the Hasbro Stadium. It's a lot easier. But let me know what you guys think on Steel Samurai. I believe he is a GameStop exclusive. I'm not sure. That's where I got mine. I couldn't find it on Amazon. So let me know if you guys are going to be picking them up and what your thoughts are down in the comments below. Blade Breakers, we'll see ya in the next one.